Well, good morning, everyone. And once again, welcome to another live this morning, and hope you're having a great start to your day. We sure appreciate you guys coming on with us. And we'll say hello to a few friends here as they come on. Okay, you got your notifications. Brahim, Mike from Norland, 1 and 2. Let's see if Andrea's here. Janice, number 3 on the hit parade this morning. And Kathy, good morning. And Sandy, good morning from Minnesota. Fran from Orangeville. Anna, how are you? And Judy, good morning to you. Len and Judy from Edmonton, Alberta. Nick from our staff. Judy, how are you? And Manitoulin, I think that was Sue. Norma from sunny Texas. Nellie, good morning. Jeanette and Jeanette from our staff. Wendy from Markham, good morning. Chantal, Ottawa, bonjour. Hi, Diane from LaSalle. Danny, good morning. Louise, how is you? Arlene, good morning to you. Linda, Chino, California. Shelley, Sherwood Park, Alberta. Dawn, Sandy, Vancouver, Washington. Jeanette, how are you? And Kevin, there he is from Oshawa. Linda, oh, those Lindas. Yolande, how are you? And I'm going to say that's Milika. I can't see the name. Karen, Yvette, Maria, Madeleine, Kippawa, Quebec. And was that Monica? How are you? Sharon, Kansas. Hot, hot, hot. Diane, Thunder Bay. And a couple of more guys. Jody, or Joni, sorry. Rosalinda. Bev. And I can't see it. I can't see it. You know what? I got to change this here, I think, tomorrow. Karen, Redug from Wasaga. David, Ridgeway, good morning. Arlene, good morning. And Elaine. And Jude from Troy, New York. Debbie, Sturgeon Falls, good morning. And Frances Marie, Arlene. And Barbara, how are you? Nativity. It was you, Nativity? Cecilia, good morning. And Joanne, pouring rain in Berks Falls. Patricia. And John, Elgin, Illinois. Dave. And Henna. And another Dave from Muskoka. And Shireen, how are you? Carol, okay, let's get going. A couple of studies I want to look at this morning. Okay? And we'll pontificate a little bit here as we discuss these 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 studies that I'm looking at. Okay. Find them interesting. One of them is the keto diet was tested against the American Heart Association's diet when it came to dementia. They did a study. Guess what happened? The ketogenic diet showed superiority in every marker analyzed. So every marker that they analyzed, one of them was CRP, C-reactive protein, inflammation, and the other markers that they were looking for in dementia, the ketogenic diet defeated the American Heart Association's diet recommended diet by a long, by a lot. Every marker, as they compared them, improved with the ketogenic diet. Now, guys, a little review. What is ketogenic? Okay. I don't particularly like the word keto because the food industry got involved with the word keto, and now they have keto foods, and I don't like them. I really don't. You can find them in every grocery store just about. You can go to Costco, you can find keto foods. Do I like them? No. Because they are processed. Most of them are processed foods, devoid of nutrients. Yeah, they're low in carbohydrate, but they're still not good for you. They use a lot of hydrogenated oils, seed oils, PUFAs, polyunsaturated fatty acids. I don't like it. So keto has been hijacked. Now, keto comes from the word ketosis, meaning your body is burning fat. Now, you guys know what I think about ketosis. I like it. I like when you change fuels. But I've emphasized this for a many a year. I want nutrition. I want complete nutrition. So again, the keto diet, I don't necessarily like it because it's been hijacked, but I do like ketosis, when your body is burning fat as fuel instead of burning carbohydrates. And the only way that happens is if you cut those carbs down to very little carbohydrate in your diet. For men, under 50 grams, women, usually under 30 grams of carbs in a day. That's not much. But you guys know this. I talk about this all the time because I am not big on just avoiding things, like avoid carbs, avoid sugars. Okay. But I'm a replacer. When I talk to folks about changing fuel, I want them to change from, eating bread and pasta and rice and cereals and noodles and muffins and bagels and drinking juice and drinking milk, to drinking water and coffee and eating eggs, meat, and cheese, EMC. And again, when you are eating the right fuels, primarily, I don't tell people they can never eat the plant kingdom again. I don't do that. I believe there's 3 kingdoms of food. You have God's kingdom, which comprises of animal products, animal foods. You're meant to eat them. Complete nutrition. Fruits and vegetables. Don't live on them, but you can eat them. Don't live on them. I was telling you, when they tell you you're going to get energy from fruits and vegetables, they're the best thing. They're advertising these supplements of fruits and vegetables because we're not getting enough. I tell you guys, that's a bunch of bunk. Where you're going to get your energy is from eating saturated fat. When you're eating eggs, you bring me an egg and then you bring me any plant you want. You bring me any fruit you want. It will not even come close to the nutrition profile of an egg. Won't even be close, my friend. And then you bring me a piece of meat. And then bring me any fruit or vegetable you want. from avocados, you name it. I'm not saying they're no good for you, but I'm telling you, they're not even close when it comes to the nutrition profile of a piece of meat. It's not even close. But we've been so much lied to. And it was all about getting away from saturated fat. Saturated fat is bad for you. Fat makes you fat. Fat clogs your arteries. If you went door to door and asked people, what is a bad fat? And they would tell you, oh, saturated fat. That's why in the 80s, I watched it happen, the world went stupid. When they created the fat-free, the world went stupid. I was screaming like John the Baptist, how stupid that was to go fat-free. Animal fat is good for you because that's where your fat-soluble vitamins are. And my friend, you will never do well without fat-soluble vitamins. Fat-soluble vitamins like vitamin A. Vitamin A is not found in the plant kingdom. Your immune system doesn't work properly without it. You need fat-soluble vitamins, and they're found in the animal kingdom. That's why I love cheese. That's why I love dairy. I do love dairy. I don't like milk in a grocery store, but if you got a cow in the backyard, you go ahead and milk it and drink it. Okay? It's full of fat. You see what they did in the grocery store? They take the fat out of milk. Because they still believe in, even to this day, oh, fat makes you fat, and fat gives you, it clogs up your arteries. And that's why they put out margarine. See, that's man-made. You got God's kingdom of foods, animal, fruits and vegetables. And then you have man's kingdom, man-made foods. And I put milk in that category in the grocery store because it's not only is it pasteurized, okay? Not only is it pasteurized, but they take the fat out of it. Oh, Dr. Martin, I love that 2% milk. Isn't that good for me? I said, no, that's the size of your brain. 2%. Don't drink that stuff. That's not real milk. It's full of sugar now because they took the fat out of it. It's one of the big reasons that people have so much trouble with lactose today. The milk sugar. Because it's supposed to be low. Oh, Dr. Martin, I love my fat-free yogurt. I said, you might like it, but it don't like you. It's not good for you. Get the fat back in dairy. Get the fat. The saturated fat. I mean, you go to the grocery store, and I love butchers, by the way, okay? Butchers owe me money. I'm always talking about meat and butchers. I love butchers. But you know what? They've been hijacked. Go to the grocery store and try and find some full-fat hamburger. Good luck with that. I said to the butcher, where's the fat? Where's the fat? Well, hamburger, it's full of fat. Yeah, that's what the good part, that's where all your fat, that's where your vitamin D is. That's where your vitamin A is. That's where your vitamin K2 is. Those are fat-soluble vitamins. Your body needs those things. So when I see this stuff about ketogenic, I like it, but I just don't like that the food industry has taken over that and made foods devoid of nutrition. And just because they're low carb, saying, well, that's low carb. Yeah, but not if they're man-made stuff. Stay away from that stuff. Eat eggs, meat, and cheese. Anyways, the keto diet tested against the American Heart Association. Let me give you what the American Heart Association recommended diet is. It's the food pyramid. And at the basis of it is you better eat a lot of whole grains. Your body needs grains. Brought to you by the American Heart Association and the big food companies. You need grain. You need cereals. You need fiber. Right at the bottom of the pyramid, the food pyramid, is, you need a lot of servings of bread. Yeah, and you get whole wheat. Whole wheat, you know what whole wheat bread is, guys? It's sugar holding hands. That's what that flour is. Sugar holding hands. It's going to break down rapidly, and it's going to spike your sugars, and it's going to induce a huge influx of insulin. And live on it, and you're going to get insulin resistance. 100% for sure. That and they have in that pyramid. Okay, lots of fruit and vegetables. Okay? And again, the American Heart Association, cardiologists, guys, they've been wrong just about everything. They said cholesterol causes heart disease. Wrong. Margarine is better than butter. Wrong. Limit your eggs. Wrong. Limit your salt. Wrong. They've been wrong about everything. And then they're so arrogant that they put their diet up against a ketogenic diet, very low carbohydrate diet, and they got their butts kicked. And it don't surprise me, and that was on a basis on Alzheimer's. What is Alzheimer's, guys? What's the other name for Alzheimer's? What is it? Type 3 diabetes. Do you think carbs are good for a diabetic? You think they're good? No, they're not good, because that's the very problem. How do you think they became a diabetic? Carbs. Like my dad used to say, son, it's sugar diabetes. Okay. Sugar diabetes. That was in 1968. I learned that lesson. My daddy was a smart man. It's called sugar diabetes. That's why, son, I've eliminated sugar. I don't eat sugar anymore. 1968. My dad limited his carbs. 1968. My dad lived on steak. 1968. It was revolutionary for me. I didn't know anything in 1968, but I watched my dad. Then I went to school. I took 2,000 hours of nutrition, and most of it I had to undo. Most of it. Not all of it, but most of it. I had to undo it because they were teaching us that cholesterol was bad. Saturated fat was bad. that meat was acidic, that you had to limit eggs, and cheese made you fat. I learned that in the 70s. Nah, I didn't buy it. You give me the nutrition profile of foods, and you'll see at the top of the food chain are eggs, meat, and cheese, guys. Top of the food chain, nothing like it. There's no foods like that. Okay? So, that's the first one. I did a lot of pontificating on that one, right? Okay, that was the keto diet tested against the American Heart Association diet in dementia. Guess what happened? Ketogenic won. Big time. Okay. Study number 2, the effects of pine bark extract. One of the things, one of the natural products, I don't think you'd ever hear this if you weren't listening to this podcast. The natural product supplement, the most tested. Okay? You'd think, well, maybe probiotics. Yeah, and they're being tested big time. And vitamin D, yep, lots of studies on vitamin D. You know what's one of them? Is pine bark extract. How many times that is studied. And here's a study that just came out recently. And it was a double-blind placebo study, the effects of pine bark extract on post-COVID. People that COVID was lingering, and there was a big time improvement when they were given the pine bark extract over placebo. Guys, pine bark, I love it. I discovered, look, you can see it behind me. See that book behind my shoulder there? Pine bark extract. I wrote it in English and French. The importance of it. And how good it was. Especially, I discovered it with chronic fatigue syndrome. Improvement big time. Even in post-COVID, post-viral. Really good. Very, very much studied, especially in Europe. They really study pine bark extract for a lot of things. So that's our Navitol, guys. Very, very high dose of pine bark extract. I love that product. Okay. Here's another one. 30 minutes of exercise. Okay, this was a real fascinating study. I loved it. 30 minutes of exercise boosts our cancer killer cells. So what they did, okay, they took 20 cancer patients, breast cancer, and they took 20, and then they put 20 in not exercising, but 20 that exercise. They took their blood work before, during, and after. And here, listen to what it says. 30 minutes of exercise boosts our cancer killer white blood cells called T cells. I teach you that all the time, guys. What are T cells? They're your Navy SEALs of your white blood cells. T cells. And by the way, T cells have antennas looking for the sun, vitamin D. Your T cells, your Navy SEALs, they come out of your lymphatic system. They look for cancer. They look for viruses. They look for bacteria. They're the first responders. They're the SEAL team that go in. And when they see cancer cells, they do their job. But when you exercise, so they actually took cancer patients and gave them 30 minutes of exercise. And what they found is that those white blood cells, those natural killer cells, NK or T cells, they went after the tumor. And they started shrinking the tumors in cancer cells, are killing cancer cells in those tumors. Guys, vitamin E, the real vitamin E, is exercise. Move. Move, guys. And I know, like, if you got cancer, you know, not easy. Might not be feeling well, but you got to move. You got to move. And you know me, I talk about preventing cancer. And one of the best things you can do, besides taking vitamin D, is exercise. Guys, I emphasize this, you know how many times a week. Get strong. Get moving. Get cracking. Oh, that's for eggs. Well, eat those too, because they're anti-cancer. You know, in my book, Sun, Steak, and Steel, what did I say? Cancer hates steak. Cancer hates exercise. Maybe I'll do a list of what cancer hates. Did I do that already? I'm trying to look at my notes. What does cancer hate? Maybe I did that already. I can't remember now. Okay, 30 minutes of exercise boosts cancer killer white blood cells called T cells and natural killer cells, NK cells. Wow. Okay, one more and we'll finish up. We got time for one more. This is a study on Ozempic, okay, or Wegovy, or they're all coming out with them now. The pharmaceutical companies are in a race to put out more of these, what are they called, GLP-1s? And they were designed originally for diabetes, and then they found out, oh, you can lose weight with these things. And so, I call them designer drugs. It starts in Hollywood and then it spreads. You know, these Hollywood stars, they'll take any kind of medication or drug or whatever to try and, stay skinny. And they'll do anything to their face to try and not get old. And sometimes it's pathetic. You know? Sometimes I find it pathetic. But I understand, okay? You know, Botox and you name it. Their lips are, they can hardly talk. They got so much Botox. Anyway, back to the designer drugs. Starts in Hollywood, then spreads through society. You know what? These drugs are unbelievable in terms of the amount of sales. Now you can hardly find them. They've been prescribed so much. But here's what we know. Lots of side effects. I talked to a family member yesterday whose daughter is on Ozempic. And my family member said, well, she's lost weight. Her daughter lost weight. Lost 14 pounds. But you know what she said to me? She's sick every day. She feels rotten. You know what Ozempic does? It slows the digestion to a crawl. Do you think that's normal to do that? The reason I warn people, okay, I want you to lose weight too if you want to lose weight. I'm on your side. I'm not against weight loss. I'm very sympathetic. But there's no shortcuts to it. I'm going to take a shortcut. Yeah, but the shortcut, there's a lot of booby traps there on that shortcut you're taking. And they're talking about blind eye condition here. Okay, this is a new study on Ozempic or Wegovy or any of these others. Oh, by the way, you'll lose weight, but you might be blind at the end of it. Guys, there's no shortcuts. There's no shortcuts. I would tell my patients all the time. Okay? All the time, all the time. I was the 3D guy. I give them the 3Ds all the time. You want to lose weight? That's good. You got a desire. That's up here. Nothing wrong with that. Start there. It starts in the mind. You know what? I got to lose weight. Good idea. Okay? I said the second step is now you got to transfer that from your brain to your heart. 18 inches. Now you need determination. I'm determined to lose weight. And the third D is discipline. Guys, there's no shortcut to that. Because if you take a designer drug to lose weight, first of all, it's not natural. Your body will react to the medication almost invariably. You're not going to get away with taking a medication that was designed for diabetes, not for weight loss. It comes with an enormous price. First of all, and this is a fact, guys, when the weight you're losing is not fat, it's muscle primarily. You don't want to lose muscle, but that's what happens. That's what happens. It's a shortcut. It's filled with booby traps. So you need desire. Anything in life changes. Desire, determination, 18 inches to the heart, and then discipline. Discipline is the day-to-day, learn how to say no. Choices. And this is why when I created the reset, one of the benefits is healthy weight loss. Healthy weight loss. You're going to build muscle when you eat the right foods. You'll burn off fat is what you want. Healthy weight loss. Not easy though. I would always warn my patients. I said, this is not going to be easy. Put your hand up. My name is Tony, and I'm a carboholic. You are? Yeah, I'm a carboholic. Okay. Is it going to be easy to cut those carbs down? Nope. Anybody tells you anything worthwhile in life is easy? That ain't easy. It's not easy. Not easy to be healthy. Dr. Martin, you mean I got to go to the gym? Well, I recommend it. I can't go there for you. I can't do it for you. I wish I could. I wish I could go home with you and make make the choices for you. I can't do that. You got to do it. And so the pharmaceutical industry, they do some wonderful things, and I mean that. But you know what? I feel like slapping them once, because they come out and it's all on the bottom line. And now people are rushing to their doctors to get these designer drugs. A quick fix. And it bothers me, guys. It really bothers me. Because at the end of the day, the minute you stop those drugs, if you haven't changed your habits, that weight is coming back big time. When they did all the stomach surgeries and the bypass, the gastric bypass surgeries, I was John the Baptist again. Yeah, you're going to lose weight. For sure. But you better change your habits, because it's all going to come back. Was I right about that? I was right about that. No shortcuts in life, guys. There's no shortcuts in life. Okay. And guys, we appreciate you guys coming on and listening. Tell your friends. Share this. Okay? Share the live. We appreciate that. The algorithms appreciate that. Okay? Tell folks about the Doctors In podcast that they can download on their favorite smart device. Be smart and download The Doctor Is In. Okay? Podcast with over 4 million downloads. Okay? Thank you for making that program so popular. Guys, we love you dearly. You know what Friday is? It's question and answer Friday. Ask your questions. Okay? We love that Friday show because we love answering questions. We really do. Okay. Love you and talk to you soon.